13. The Pale Child. How long have I been dead? Roaming through sunless catacombs, catching sight of lonely phantoms in cruel mirrors, wandering unobserved through brazen sideshows of twisted flesh. The pale child lies awake, waiting vainly for the sun to rise, luminous in his beating heart. Love devoured him long ago, made of his soul a rotting husk, rooting aimlessly amidst evil haystacks. Perhaps you've seen him, the pale child, though you'd likely not recall him. How long have I been dead? Said the pale child to no one in particular. His timid song hides behind purple mists and the inhuman music of twilight. Listen. The prayer of a bramble-born boy impaled on a thorn bush for all eternity. "14. Something long forgotten has roused itself from its musty coffin. In the rotting house which mutters half-heard answers to unasked questions. Once more the sobs and pleas, the sweet suffocation, the fitful sleep. In the frozen lake, a delicious woman with the moist and musky scent of evil heavy upon her sits drumming her fingers in the dark cafe of dream. Oh, how your ravaged soul shivers and glistens as it casts off its grief-stricken body. "15. A time will come when there will be no lamentations over warm corpses, no anguished cries of the freshly bereft to disturb our sleep. The quivering dance of life and death will be as nothing. Oh, the cold, metallic sweetness of galaxies, the luminous orbits of eyeless comets, the radiant smiles of dead children." "16. There's blood on the wind. The wolves smell it. Falcons carry off abandoned children who cry as the primeval fireball once cried, whipped into an unwanted existence by an unrepentant demon. The earth is evil. It is molten, hungry, vengeful, dripping a pestilence which smashes hope and crushes desire. They scurry to frozen caves, the survivors, lashed from behind by troubled dreams of rats gnawing bone and star. Now that he has cast them off, God's savage laughter echoes, infinite, cruel, and cold, through the lonely vacuum of an abandoned universe. '17. The lovers cross the enchanted lake in a plain black boat, a cloaked figure at the helm, the fetid wind in his face, the cries of crickets in his ears. His charges oblivious of the gruesome sunset, impatient to devour them. The waters murmur, exhausted and solemn. From the abandoned island, the animals watch, sullen and impassive. They explode like drunken supernovas, reeling through space for an ecstatic moment, and then it is done. The boat translucent as glass, the water cold and full of filth, yet reflecting perfectly the image of two cadavers in the pale moonlight who believed the paltry soul was something other than a ragged outcast to be flung without mercy in tatters on a dark shore. '18. The tired horde of toothless women tramps darkly over the crumbling cobblestone path, their eyes folded in fetid labyrinths of withered flesh, their shoes tattered and damp with the blood of 20 centuries. Night falls, the rain hisses angrily, yet in their breasts beat hearts which remember a time when men had souls, when nightingales sang songs of indescribable beauty in tones of rapturous stillness. Their minds are a jumble of pain and longing. Yet their ravaged ears hear nothing, though the sound of rain and blood on mute, unfeeling stone is deafening, and the songbird's ecstatic lamentation is drowned in the din of the distant slaughterhouse. '19. The freshly strewn snow covers the bloody footprints of the terrified women who beat their breasts and beseech the moon. Their child has vanished, borne on the backs of ecstatic stallions, swallowed in the velvet stillness, far from the covetous curses of the living, their unending lamentations, and the dark deceit of their ugly lust. Like all saints from time immemorial, he too kissed the lid of the voluptuous eye which beckoned and consumed him as it slyly and irrevocably winked itself out of existence. '20. A careless moonlit stroll, A sudden familiar terror refracted through blighted senses, the smell of cheap perfume and stale cigarette smoke, the jeering laughter of soulless flesh, the slovenly applied lipstick running in rivers like the molten lava at the earth's core, like blood pumped from evil, stale womb through the world's beating heart to the infernal whorehouse bought, paid for, and abandoned. The cackling of zombies, the ravaged vault of heaven, the prison of dream. "21. The old ones grow silent, die. The orphan, like a wraith at sunset, stuffs his pockets with warm bread. His melancholy prayers to God the Father, twice orphaned he, echo through the mists of time, a lonely strand in earth's cruel symphony. Birds drop soundlessly from the night sky on the abandoned corpses, like a healing and redeeming rain." 22. It is wonderful to stagger posthumous and drunk over graves faintly lit by sad stars and mournful moons. The living are lonely and unreal, broken puppets, wandering phantoms who clutch and grimace, toil and spawn, wither and die. Spirits of the unborn intone their jealous lamentations upon the night air into the loins and minds of the living. The mindless chirping of insects, the imbecilic sighs of lovers. All the while the soul, purged of desire, by the knowledge of death and the flame of solitude, floats free and boundless in an ethereal cadenza of silence. 23. In the evening, the dead descend from the abandoned shore into the delicious waters of the Black Lake, sighing and grateful. As jealous angels look down from above, seeking innocence to violate with their spiny wings and rough embraces. At the candlelit altar of the spectral church, a blind child prays for the soul of her newly dead mother. Galaxies hum ecstatic dirges older than time. An impotent God strains to catch their echo in the cruel and frozen vacuum of endless space. 24. On damp pillows in shuttered rooms, the delicate limbs of lovers entwine themselves like the dark branches of twisted trees. Like musty cobwebs, long abandoned by petrified spiders in half-lit mirrors. Hooded figures wander in a sunless world, frozen and separate. The dead man and his wife arrange the rotting furniture to resemble the shimmering room in which they first met. And always the self, suffocating in black, fastened to the soul like a mourner's waistcoat. When once I took your slender and pale hands those many years ago, the blue fire in your half-lidded eyes illumined only what I chose to see. Evil gestates silently and purposefully in the black womb of night. Desperate bones, tattered and leprous, struggle to climb from crumbling family vaults to breathe again the lies and musky scent of youth.